So we're coming to the end of the Do Not Sync series. I think this has been very, very successful. I've been getting some great comments and great feedback from all of you guys through these videos, which are definitely challenging, but they are at least being honest and they're at least letting you guys know what you're up against in sync licensing. So if you've missed some of them before, there'll be a link below in the description box where you can get to the playlist to find all 10 of these videos. This one is going to be fairly shocking probably for some of you. It was actually shocking to me because I just learned about this part of our industry this year. I never thought about this for the 15, 16 years I've been involved in sync licensing. But when you are a sync licensing producer and you're primarily getting placements on TV shows, that kind of thing, you are primarily in the business of delivering audiences to pharmaceutical advertisements. That's basically what we do in this business. How is that possible? Well, what's our job? Let's just talk about what our job is in this business. Our job is to create licensable production music for all different types of content on TV. Let's just narrow it down to TV. So that means that we have to set a mood, we have to hit a genre, we have to create some sort of a musical element that enhances a reality show, a movie, a commercial, a scripted show, a promo, something like that. And why are we trying to do that? Well, we're trying to get the audience to get more fully engaged with that piece of content, which can be read as we need those butts to stay in the seat. We need people who are watching that TV show to continue watching that TV show, right? If they're watching that scripted show, they need to be on the edge of their seat and they need to make it through to the end of the show. Why? Why do people really care about that? Well, primarily TV is in the business of serving their audience to advertisers, right? That's why they put the cliffhangers right before the commercial. That's why there's a preview of what's going to come up after the commercial break. That's why it's always geared around keeping people glued to their TV and watching the advertisers, because that's primarily most of the income that's coming in through the networks and cable channels out there, okay? So that's what we're doing. We're basically in the business of keeping people watching content. So as they go through into the advertising space, this is where my mind was blown when I looked into this. How big do you think, or what percentage would you guess now, not knowing, what percentage do you think the pharmaceutical industry plays in terms of paying for advertising in cable and networks? I thought it was 25, 35%. I thought it'd be a significant amount, but turns out you can look this up. Go Google search it. How much does pharma pay, or how much does pharma advertisements make up for all network and cable advertising? It's 75% or around 75%. So basically that's close to saying most of the ads and most of the money and most of the business that's getting fed into the TV industry is pharmaceutical products, drugs, sprays, vaccines, all kinds of stuff is going out there. And you and I, who have been sync licensing composers, have been basically putting people in front of those advertisements. So you can think some of those products and services are helpful. You can think some of them are unnecessary and are kind of predatory. I think there's probably a case to be made for both sides of those things. I'm obviously not a huge fan of pharmaceutical products and companies. I do tend to myself lean more towards trying to find more natural ways to live a healthy life and to prevent illnesses rather than just living an unhealthy lifestyle and waiting for yourself to get sick and then relying on a pharmaceutical drug to try to piece you back together. I don't find that to be a very effective way to kind of find your health in life. But of course, just my opinion, just my approach on that. But that was when I learned about that. I was like, that is not too exciting. That is not too motivating for me. Of course, it's not all of the advertisements. There's some that are going to have some helpful, useful products or services, of course. But you guys need to know that. And I always wonder, like, if I had known this statistic when I first got started, would it have changed, how I felt about the industry or how much I devoted to it? It's hard to say, because back then I think I was just more focused 100% on, I like making music. And if somebody will pay me to make music, all the details are just kind of out there. I don't really need to know about any of that kind of stuff. So I'm sorry if you're watching this video, I'm kind of popping maybe a little bit of a bubble you had that you didn't really know. That's exactly what our industry is really all about. It is what it is, though. That is exactly what is going on in our business. That's how there's money being flown and delivered to us in the sync licensing marketplace. So just know that that's what's going on here, and you can't claim ignorance moving forward, okay? So that was just a short video I wanted to put together for this one. The next one, the 9th video, we're almost coming to the end here, is going to be about AI. I've talked about AI so much on my channel, so this is going to be a very short summary of the potential threat that AI plays in our industry. This is something that I also get a little bit bugged by when I see people talking about sync licensing and getting excited about sync licensing and inviting people into the industry, and they don't even really mention the fact that AI is a potential threat to us. I feel like that's not a responsible thing to do. I think you need to talk about AI. You need to put it front and center, let people know before they go engage with this industry on a very serious manner, both financially and time-wise and energy and creatively. You need to know what the potential iceberg is in the ocean in front of us. I don't know for sure if it's an iceberg, if it's really going to be a huge problem for us, but it's a potential threat. So I'm going to make sure that you guys are fully aware of that in the next video in this series.